Hello, José Miguel. I'm doing this video today to give you my feedback about your research design. So, your research design question was so import of French wines in Colombia and how do the exchange rate and taxes affect the trades. So first of all, I have to say that as a true French wine lover, I really enjoyed the topic. Moreover, I think I could maybe help you with some external point of view, and yeah, I have a little bit of knowledge in this topic, so maybe I can help you. So to start, I would say that I agree with your choice to do a combination between exploratory and descriptive study, because of course on the one hand you need information about the trade that you're going to find via the exploratory study, and on the other hand the consumer affectations are going to be found with descriptive studies and surveys. So for me it's perfect. I would have done the same, I think. So another point is that I really like the fact that you choose to study only standard and premium wines, and that you target the participants of your surveys. So that's really important, the fact that you are targeting the participants, and I'm going to explain you why. It's because of some reasons. So yeah, you have to know that as a big wine lover, I know that the price difference is really big between a French wine and wine from South America, from Chile or Argentina, for example. So, for example, even in France, if you have a bottle of Argentinian wine that costs, for example, $10, you will pay 4 or 6 times more for a French wine that is quite the same quality. So with the French wines, the biggest part of the price is made by the name. So for example, if a wine comes from a great French castle that is world known, the price is going to be terribly high, and most of the time you just pay the name. So yeah, even if of course the quality of the wine is really good, but yeah, you pay most of the time, you just pay the name. So this is why I think it was really good that you choose to study different class of people. So as far as my opinion is concerned, throughout your studies you will see that the high class people are the most likely to buy French wine. That's my feeling. That's what I think, because yeah, I can give you some example. If you take someone like you and me that are from, I would say, the middle class, and if we have the choice between an Argentinian wine that costs $10 and a French wine that costs $40, if the quality is quite the same, we're going of course to choose the Argentinian wine, because as middle class people we don't think it's worth it to pay $30 more just to say it comes from France. It's kind of stupid. But all of this to say that yeah, high class people are gonna choose French wine because they like it and they don't care. So I would say that throughout your studies you will have to consider a really important variable, that is the quality of the wine. When I say quality, I'm speaking about quality of products and taste. So I know that the quality variable is something really difficult to measure, because it is really important, and I would say yeah, you cannot really measure it because it depends on consumer tastes and behaviors. So, but for me this variable is really important, and I think you should find a way to take it into account in your studies, and because it's important when you compare French and Argentinian wine, for example, um, it has, according to me, a huge impact on the consumer's behavior. So, in your question, you say that you're going to study exchange rates and tax. Like how exchange rates and tax are going to affect the trades. And then in your research design, you speak about exchange rates, tariff and non-tariff barriers. So for me, it's really good to speak about exchange rates, tariff and non-tariff barriers, but you have to keep in mind that the non-tariff barriers are not taxes. So maybe you should integrate these non-tariff barriers in your research question. So for example, just modify a term in your research question that is, for example, import French wines to Colombia. How do the exchange rate and trade barriers affect the trades? So replace the word tariff by trade barriers. So if you do that, trade barriers, it will take into account the tariff, so the taxes, and the non-tariff barriers. So I would also quickly say that it's really interesting that you take into account the exchange rates, because of course some countries have a really volatile currency, and for example in Argentina or Chile or in many countries in South America, the volatility of the currency is way higher than in France, because in France the euro is something really stable. So of course this can have a huge impact on your final price of your wine. But by the way, I think that people that buy premium wine are not going to be affected by this exchange rate, because, as I said it before, these people are most of the time from high class, and they buy the wine because they want it, and they don't matter the exchange rate, and the price is something secondary for them. So that's why I think the exchange rate will not have a big impact on this kind of people. So to conclude, I would say that your research design is really complete and interesting. I think you identified correctly the different things you have to do to take into account the and to achieve, I would say, a great research. And if you need more specific information from friends, I would be really happy to help you, because I think I can help you to provide some information, or to do some surveys in France, I don't know. So I hope you enjoyed my feedback and it was useful for you, and yeah, bye, see you in class.